Welcome to Hot 97 News, a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories happening around the country. I'm your host, Sana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey.
And we got a lot going on. Of course, as usual, another day in America. If you are watching us on YouTube right now, we can see your comments. So we hope that you kind of pop in, let us know. Yup, super duper see. Another live edition of Hot 97 News. So feel free to hop in and let us know what you're thinking about these stories. We'll try to read them off as we go along. To start the show off, Trump officially has his Board of Peace. You know, I didn't know he could pull it off. Not gonna lie.
Why are we still doubting Trump in 2026?
I mean, after what y'all told me yesterday, I didn't think it was possible either. So
at this point, you know what? I'm starting to believe he really can do.
This man is Superman, bro. I don't know. He gets it done.
Does whatever he wants these days. So they did sign the founding charter in Davos, where they are in Switzerland, and they said that the group is going to work with the United Nations because they were saying, you know, of course, at first that this was trying to replace the United Nations. They're saying they're going to work with them. I also just don't think they have a choice based on who signed up.
That's real. I mean,
know what I mean?
He really got like mid countries. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, they kind of mid. They ain't really like the big dogs or anything like that.
They're not like the heavyweight countries that have signed on to this. So, you know, we got Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Mongolia, kind of smaller countries like that who signed on. But then there are also countries that are heavyweight in that region, So that would be like countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, Turkey, Egypt, Qatar. But as far as the major world players, people who we're always talking about, we're talking about big world matters like the UK, France, Germany, Italy, the EU, the European Union, China, India, Russia. Those are either a no or a question mark.
Damn.
So
I kind of figured the United Kingdom wasn't. They don't like us at all. Every British friend I have, they're always like, "Oh, you Americans are so crazy. You're never going to. I hate America." And that's a horrible accent, but
I was gonna say you just wanted to pull that accent out.
I did. I did.
I didn't know that though.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
The British people hate Americans.
Interesting. Well, I also thought it was interesting that Russia is still floating around this whole effort. Yesterday, Trump said that Russia accepted. From what I've seen today, that's like not a thing. From what I've seen, they're still kind of weighing whether or not they want to do it. In fact, apparently, Putin reportedly floated the idea of using frozen Russian assets from here in the United States to pay the $1 billion price of that permanent membership. Remember, 3 years is free, but if you want to be a permanent member of this Board of Peace, you got to pay $1 billion cash. And Russia's like, you know, we got a lot of money frozen over there. Why don't you use that? Then we'll be part of it. It's really funny. I don't know if they're serious about that, but you know, we'll see what happens.
We'll have to see. Ukraine, he also I seen somewhere where he was like had a meeting with Ukraine also, and nothing even came out of Ukraine still too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. How can two countries at war be on the same Board of Peace?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't see how they're going to pull some of this stuff off, but we will see what's going to happen with that. We do now know that Trump is calling off the tariff threats because he says there is now a framework of a future deal that has been reached on Greenland. And this was his post about it. You were just like...
No, I'm just saying, give the man some credit, right? Just give the man some credit, right?
He said he's doing his work.
He's a businessman. When he says he's going to get it done, he's going to get it done. I've never seen a president like actually do this. Whether it's good, whether it's bad stuff he's doing, he's getting it done.
That's fair. That's fair. It's fair.
I give him that.
If this ends up being whatever, you know, we think it's going to be. And that's why I also feel like this is also kind of a question mark because nobody really knows what framework of a future deal means. You know, is this a win or is this just him choosing diplomacy because that's what people wanted to begin with? He already said we're not going to do it by force. He walked back the tariffs. He was there in Davos around them for one day and then walked back the tariffs. So did he win or did someone just finally convince him like, we can work this out. You don't need to do this. Because Greenland's been saying from the beginning, and Denmark's been saying from the beginning, why do you need to have Greenland when we're willing to do whatever you want to do anyway? We're your ally. So yeah, they took the threats of the 10% tariffs off. That was supposed to start February 1st. And Trump was actually talking to a Fox News host about this morning, getting a little bit more insight on what was going to happen here. And he was basically saying that this is still crucial to have Greenland because, and I quote, everything comes over Greenland. If the bad guys start shooting, it comes over Greenland. I now just question, who are the bad guys?
Yeah. I was just about to ask. I literally was just about to ask that question. Who are the bad guys?
Who are the bad guys when both Russia and China have been invited to be on the board of peace? Who are we protecting ourselves from? Hello? Am I losing my mind here?
Is that not him trying to choose diplomacy though? Even though I know we've been competing throughout the years, I'm gonna still invite you to be on my board. It's either diplomacy or it's what it is. He is trying to become a king. One of the two. One of the two. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. People have deemed this man as so stupid, and it's like he just keeps surprising me every day with some smart stuff.
I don't think Trump is stupid. I think he's bold. You know what I mean? I think he
Fair.
does some things that are legally questionable. But again, why do we need Greenland so badly if we can choose diplomacy and put Russia and China on the board of peace?
Yeah.
Can't y'all just talk about it in the board of peace meetings? Trump's apparently going to be there forever. You know what I mean? Because even after he leaves the presidency, he's written it to where he's still the head of the board of peace.
So crazy.
Literally, no matter what, it's just like a private U.S. citizen. At that point, you're just like over all these countries. Nobody thinks that's weird, but okay.
That's so crazy.
I do think it's interesting that nobody's asking Greenland about what's going to happen to Greenland. Nobody cares at all what those people think.
Yeah, has anybody been over there and actually talked to them yet and been like, hey, this is all going on, right? Y'all don't have no say-so? Y'all don't want to chime in and be like, hey, I haven't seen a tweet. I haven't seen an Instagram post. I haven't seen a TikTok. I haven't seen nothing from anybody over in Greenland. I need to look that up today and see what the Greenland people think, because I haven't seen just the regular everyday people over there.
So remember, we were actually kind of talking about the fact that they were floating, giving them some money to get on board with the U.S. having Greenland, transferring it. Because right now, Greenland is a territory of Denmark, and the U.S. just kind of wants it. So remember, we were saying that they were floating somewhere between $10,000 to $100,000 per resident to join Greenland. Would you want to join another country if they offered you $100,000?
$100,000?
$100,000.
I don't know, man. It depends on what country. Greenland, we're just talking about Greenland, joining Greenland?
Greenland, if you were in Greenland right now, would you want to join the U.S.?
All right, so look, I actually looked up things to do in Greenland, and there's not a lot. So I'm not gonna hold you. Probably not gonna take that money.
You get 100. That what? It's not a lot of money.
I'm probably not gonna take the money.
Because you're saying, like, in Greenland, what am I gonna do with it?
What am I gonna do with
I see what you're
100,000?
saying.
But you now have access to the United States also. So you might be able to fly in between the states. 100,000, you could get somewhere with that.
Yeah, I'm not thinking like that though, brother.
Hey, I'm just saying. They're saying that they're gonna join the country. That's
taking
a 50 what second? That's a 51st state. Would I take it?
Would you take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on the benefits. Like you said, there ain't much to do in Greenland.
Nothing.
Nobody hears about it. There's like only 500,000 people on that big old island. There's only so much you could do.
I thought it was like 56,000 people. I thought there was like a very small.
Right, maybe even smaller. Yeah.
You know what? Now that you make a good point, there's not a lot of people. You take that 100,000, you go open up a club. I guarantee that thing jumping. You gonna have that thing jumping. You make a good point.
Yeah.
You make a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another point to add to the question. There's a former Greenland lawmaker who is saying that $100K a person wouldn't even be worth it because they already get free healthcare and free education.
Dang.
Yeah.
You want to join America and have to pay for both?
Ooh, now you hit a point there.
That sucks.
To your point earlier, though, there were some Greenlanders that were protesting. That were saying things like Greenland is not for sale,
Yeah.
and picket signs and
Really?
stuff like that. Yeah, so they're out there.
Okay.
But it's such a small group of
Then
people.
we don't hear
that
it.
You ain't gonna hear much
We
about
ain't
it.
hear too much noise.
You ain't
now.
gonna hear much about it, man. It's unfortunate.
Not only that, though, because I also saw some protesting and they were saying, like, make America go away there and in Denmark, where they're like, they're both just all, against this. Not all against this, but, they're just coming out of the woodwork, people who are against this.
They so
With
it's
the
true
red
that they
hats.
actually was wearing like MAGA hats, but it actually standing for Make America Go Away.
Yeah.
MAGA.
That's good.
Crazy.
Yeah,
good.
yeah, gotcha
good.
there.
That's good.
But that same former Greenland lawmaker who was talking about that was basically pointing out how indigenous people were treated in Alaska and in U.S. history when they became a part of the United States. And they were saying, like, we're not going to sell ourselves because, you guys didn't treat them well when they became part of the United States. So why would we think you guys were going to care about us when we or if we become part of the United States? So, yeah, they say they feel like, well, at least there's one lady who was talking, says that she feels like it would be way more worth it to them to have control of their land and their resources than having $100,000, which could just, go away and, however long it takes you to blow through 100K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't lying though, because Alaska's murder rate is high, extremely high right now.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's one of the highest around the country with 8.5 per 100,000 people.
Alaska?
High poverty, worse health outcomes.
Bro, they got hoods in Alaska.
Ain't no hoods
They
in
have
Alaska.
hoods in Alaska.
Ain't no
I swear to
hoods in
God, they
Alaska,
have
dog.
hoods in Alaska right now.
It's too cold to be it's too cold to murder somebody.
Right.
I wouldn't even shoot nobody. It's too cold. What you talking? There's no way. I have to look this up.
That's what happens when America comes and takes over, I guess. Dang.
Hoods in Alaska is crazy.
So people in Greenland are looking at that and thinking, they don't look like they're just thriving over there. So why would we want a little piece of that? So I don't know. That's still up in the air. And again, Trump is saying that there may be a way to just talk about this. He says the details are still being worked out, but he's going to get Greenland for ever, apparently. Like whatever the situation ends up getting worked out, ends up as, he says we're getting total access to Greenland with no end and no time limit.
That's
wow.
Yeah.
crazy.
So, we'll see what happens. We're also waiting to see what happens with Iran, because that is still kind of floating around the news sphere right now. That is the Ayatollah in Iran, and Trump has been pushing for regime change in Iran, and Iran's leadership has been pushing back. So Trump said that this guy needs to go. He has been saying that he has been reigning for almost 40 years at this point, and it's time for him to get up out of there, especially because of these deadly crackdowns on protests that we've seen over the past couple of weeks. He just feels like, your time has come to an end. So that is something that some Iranians, especially here in America, would love to see. Some people say that they left this country because of this regime, or their parents left this country because of this regime, and that, the rules and the laws and the regulations over there are pretty oppressive. I don't know what people in Iran actually feel, because we never see people in Iran in our news coverage here in America. Like, I don't know how they feel about the guy. And I don't know how life actually is living there. But I will say that one general was quoted as saying, and we can pull this up for you, Trump knows that if any hand of aggression is extended toward our leader, we not only cut that hand off, we not only cut that hand, not off, but also we will set fire to their world. So still very, strong words there.
A lot of bold talk for people that just got bombed by us last year. I'm just saying.
I hear you.
I'm just saying.
It's not a bad point.
A lot of bold talk I'm hearing from you right now, but you ain't about that life for real. I'm just saying.
The only question I have, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately with like all this stuff going on with Iran, and there's gotta be some like place in Iran where people are just living normally. I don't know, but I put it like this: every country goes through something, but there is like some part of that country that is just none of this is affecting them. Like it's not really bothering them like that. Like the upper echelons people in America, they're not really bothered by really what's going on with government and stuff like that. They're not. It doesn't faze them. So there has to be some people in these countries that are just like, yeah, so what? You know what I mean?
I think that's a really good point, especially because when you go down a rabbit hole of what life is like for people in Iran, I think that it depends on who you ask of like whether or not it really requires a foreign country coming in and saving the day.
Yeah.
Because for some of them, I think women have different like career path outlooks that are not as free as we have it here in America, but women are allowed to work. I think what some of the main differences are really in how women are treated there. And obviously you have to go with, your hair covered. In some cases, I've seen some videos where people are walking around without it. So I don't know if the rules are super lax or just what it's like over there. I do know that there was one crazy, splashy case that made a lot of headlines around the world because there was a woman who was killed reportedly because she didn't have her hijab on, enough. So the scale is all over the place of like, I've seen people not wearing it, but technically you could get in a lot of trouble for not obeying like the morality police or whatever they have over there. But if that's normal for them, I don't know if that's like my business to say America should come save you. Do you all want to be saved? I've talked to Iranians here who say yes, anybody should go and just save them.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
yes, there are Iranians here in America who say, like, again, my family fled this regime.
Yeah.
But then there are people living there day to day. It's not like as oppressive as you would think.
That's what I'm trying to. That's the only question I have. Is
Yeah.
Like how chaotic, how oppressive, how much is it? You know what I mean?
You could argue that America is oppressive. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Because there are rich people, there are middle class people, and there are people who are struggling and can barely afford to eat. I'm sure in Iran there's a uber rich class, there's a middle class of people, and there are people who can barely afford to eat. So
100%.
I don't know. I don't know literally how bad it really is because I've never been there myself.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only question I had.
From what I've gathered is that they do have a middle class.
Yeah.
You know, it's although it may has shrunken recently, but they do have a middle class. Then they also have a high class and a low class, basically like anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's one of those things where you see throughout history where regimes treat the poor people the worst. The poor people rebel, and because they're poor, that's where we start hearing about the multiple different deaths because they don't care about the lives there. This is all allegations because again, journalists out there in Iran is small right now. I know American journalism is pretty small out there. So I don't necessarily know what their whole entire scene is right now, but that's what I've gathered so far.
Because they have state-run TV for
Right.
their news. So, like, they're, it's like they just are in charge of it all. So
Yeah.
that's why when you get some of these numbers, it's like,
They can tell you whatever they want to tell you.
Right,
Wow.
exactly.
Okay.
So they control the narrative and whatnot. So, who knows what that's like living? I've seen articles where some of the rich elite's kids are, at nightclubs in Turkey. And, it's like, that sounds like the rich kids here.
Yeah.
And it's like they get to pop off. We've talked about how all these rich people get tax breaks here. And there's what some people would consider corruption here. Is it just happening there too? I don't know.
Yeah, we just
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the situation is. But yeah, Iran did just offer the first government issued death toll from those protests. And they say that it's around 3,117 total deaths. And that's important, A, because of who's saying it. Again, this is government numbers. It's significantly lower than like the 12,000 numbers that we were hearing. I mean, crazy numbers that were pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think to hear of like one incident, 12,000 people, you're talking dang near a genocide, not really, but like that's the level of it. So 3,000 roughly, but that is still a lot. And technically they're over, but the U.S. is still kind of threatening to go after them because of it. And some U.S. lawmakers have said, hey, Trump, we told these protesters that we were going to back them, we were going to be behind them, so we have to go now and do what we said we were going to do. Other people are saying, like, hey, why is the West involved in our internal protests over here? Iran straight up accused them of being part of it, that U.S. and Israel were a part of all the mayhem and the chaos. Didn't have any evidence for that, but that's what he said. Iran's been accused of basically doing that to their protesters, killing them, and that's how Trump is getting involved. We still have a fleet headed in that direction of like aircraft carriers and whatnot. So I don't know what they're about to do.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if I believe that government though.
I'm sorry, can I?
Go ahead.
Carrier strike group, not aircraft carriers.
Got you.
They're moving naval and air assets. A carrier strike group, possibly the USS Abraham Lincoln carrier strike group.
Got you.
So I just want to make sure that was I didn't say the wrong thing.
I don't necessarily know if I trust that government though.
Yeah.
Because again, there's multiple different reports. Mind you, we reported last week that there were some reports from multiple different sources saying that the numbers were in the 12,000 area. So like you were saying, that's a genocide. But for the government to even come out and just say, well, since December, it's not that bad. It's really just 3,000. Like 3,000 is still a lot since December. What are we talking about
it's
here?
a lot of people.
This is you're just showing your true colors, Iran, and it's really starting to show.
How many people were killed in 9/11?
That's a good question.
It's kind of around
3,000?
that number, I want to say.
3,000
That's what I thought. Yeah. So this would kind of be a 9/11
situation
type event for them
Yeah.
based on the scale of death. That's really a lot. So again, Iran was accused of killing their protesters and basically being behind the death. Iran accused the U.S. and Israel of basically starting all that killing so that Trump would get involved because Trump said, if you guys kill people, we'll get involved. That was the accusation.
Yeah, so 9/11. This is what they're saying. It's 2,977 people that passed away.
Right. So around
Yes, but that's not our government that did it. Unless you Unless you listen to the conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
yeah.
It's not our government that did it. For the government to say, yeah, this is officials that's dying and protesters that's dying, that's still kind of fishy to me.
Yeah. So, we'll see what comes out of there. We do have an eye on it. But we want to kind of look at some news here at home because a whistleblower leaked an ICE memo saying that they can enter homes with no warrant.
Crazy.
Obviously, this has some Fourth Amendment concerns, and people are a little weirded out that this kind of thing might have been going around. So the claim is that there was an internal ICE memo that, said that officers can forcibly enter homes without a judge's warrant and basically just rely solely on an administrative immigration warrant. And the difference is that that's something that would just come from an ICE or a DHS official. So, we're saying that we can go into that house with no warrant versus having to present to a judge like, hey, this is what's going on and this is why we need to go in there. So that's why this is a little strange. Also, because these whistleblowers are alleging that this memo wasn't just distributed through ICE, that it was only shown to select officials, and then those select officials basically got to see it under supervision, and they weren't allowed to take notes, and then they just disseminated it to other people. So that it seems like, according to these whistleblowers, they were doing this in a real hush-hush way.
I mean, of course they would. Why would they let people know that, hey, we can knock on your door and kick down your door without giving you paperwork to let us know we coming in? That's crazy, bruh. It's absolutely nuts. Do y'all not see that this is like how insane this is getting? Do y'all not see how insane this is getting? I hope that this show reaches somebody somewhere to be like, yo, this is outrageous. This is outrageous, bro. What is going on? It's absolutely insane.
It's gone too far.
Gone way
it's gone
too
a
far.
little too far. We can actually show you a picture of this kind of happening to someone who is actually a U.S. citizen. That man, they drug out in the snow in his shorts and no shirt. That's a blanket on over him. He's a U.S. citizen. They were looking for somebody else. And this is somebody who has been in the country, a 56-year-old man who's been in the country for years. DHS officials say that they were actually looking for what they say were 2 convicted sex offenders at that address, and that the U.S. citizen who was living there, him, refused to be fingerprinted or facially identified, so they just detained him. The family says that account is just wrong, and they're objecting to DHS's attempt to publicly justify this conduct with false and misleading claims. So maybe they're pushing back on there's no sex offender that lives here. Why are you saying that? Just to justify this. Because if you're a U.S. citizen and you're just sitting at home and ICE comes to the door, breaks down the door and says, give me your fingerprint.
You don't have to.
And give me, it's like, no, I'm not doing that. What are you
don't have
talking
to.
about? And that's what happened to this guy.
Yeah, bro. You don't have to. Bro. You don't have to give them any identification, at all. Their rights.
The report is that agents forced their way in and pointed guns at the family and just started yelling at them.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. You're not supposed to, you don't have to, but if they got the guns and they're barging in, then you have to. It's unfortunate.
Boy.
But see, that's the thing, though, man. That's the only way. Of course, you're going to get anybody to cooperate if you're pointing a gun at me, bruh. Come on now. This is a scare tactic. Hey, I'm going to point this gun, so I'm going to actually make you give me this. I don't care if you don't want to. Oh, you don't want to? Now you're going to. I mean, it's like robbing people, essentially. That's essentially like they robbing people.
It's literally taking their First Amendment protections away, or Fourth Amendment protections away, their constitutional protections away. You know what I mean? And to justify this is to say oh, you want to come for the Second Amendment yet? Next, where does this end when I'm giving you a reason to say this is why I should be able to barge into a U.S. citizen's house and demand they give me their fingerprints and facial recognition, and when they don't, I can drag them out in the snow? A U.S. citizen.
Yeah, bro.
If we're okay with this, say goodbye to the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment. I mean, what's to stop them?
Yeah. We ain't going to have no amendments.
You found that they were.
Oh, yeah. This is another incident that happened, and this is something that's super, super crazy. School officials state that on January 13th, federal agents detained preschooler Liam Ramos and his father in the driveway. Agents reportedly removed Liam from the vehicle and directed him to knock on his front door to lure the others outside.
So they had this kid knock on a door to lure people outside.
They're baiting y'all with your own children.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
That's at what point do we look at this and say, this is honestly insane? You can support what ICE is supposed to be doing without supporting. Look at them. He's got the hat.
And here's the wildest part. after he lured them out,
Crazy.
they detained everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody got detained.
Oh my God.
Bruh.
What?
It's nuts, man. It's absolutely crazy that you're sending. Y'all y'all doing this the cheat way. I feel like if y'all are going to really be ICE agents and do some research, do some actual ICE work, and like go and find out these illegal immigrants and where they stay and this, that, and the third. Don't just start grabbing people. Y'all cheating at this point.
Yeah.
Now y'all cheating to get stuff done. Don't cheat. Do it the right way.
Well, we do have to leave that right there because there's just so much to say. But we will make sure we keep an eye on the comments and continue on this conversation online with you guys. In the meantime, gotta know if Bill and Hillary Clinton are going to jail. Because another major story right now is that the House Oversight Committee voted to hold Bill and Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress after they refused to comply with the subpoena to give a testimony of what their relationship was with Jeffrey Epstein. So does this mean they're actually going to jail? Yeah, I mean, they could be fined. Anything could happen from here. People say it's not likely, but technically they could.
Technically, based off of technicality, if you're issued a subpoena and you fail to show up, there's like 3 different consequences that you can have, and one of them is going to jail, going to prison. But because they're the Clintons, because they're he's a former president, he probably is gonna skate.
Stand 10 toes down, Bubba. I'm right behind you, Bubba.
Why don't you just because we gotta go. What do you mean by Bubba? What is that in reference to?
Don't we have to leave? Don't we have to run? Don't we have to run? We got to go to commercial.
We do, but you should go look up
what Bubba is.
What that means in relation to Bill Clinton. And we have so much more coming at you after the break.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh, we still rolling.
We're still rolling, but technically we're supposed to be after the break. Welcome back to Hot 97, everybody. If you are in the comments with us on YouTube, what's up? Make sure you drop some comments and talk with us about the stories we're talking about because we want to hear from you. Super duper C, I do see that you're asking for our zodiac sign. So just so we can, get some interaction going. What's your zodiac sign?
Go ahead, Dale. Tell them what you are, brother.
I'm a Cancer. I don't have no problem telling people I'm a Cancer.
Are you?
For the show.
Interesting.
What do
Interesting.
I hate when people do that. Interesting. What does that even mean?
Yeah, that's okay. I know, and you don't. That's all that matters.
Oh, my God.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, yeah. Now I get it. You see how stupid I can look?
That's great.
I'm a million. I don't do zodiacs.
Oh, my
Sorry.
God.
Sorry.
No,
Don't do them. Sorry. Super duper C. I rock with you though. Appreciate you for
Boo.
commenting.
Yeah, you don't even play. You're not even
All
cool
right.
to play along,
That's
bro.
not, let's make it up at this point.
Yeah, bro. Not even fun.
Okay, so Senator Rand Paul is changing his mind about social media companies being liable for what's posted on their platforms after he got. And that's so annoying to me because what do you mean you're changing your mind just because you now understand what people were concerned about before? Did you not want to go and research what the concerns were? Like you had to personally go through it to be like, oh, yeah, now I get what they've been saying. So basically what happened to him is YouTube and Google refused to take down this video that somebody made of him that he claims falsely alleged he took money from Venezuela's old president, Maduro. He says that he formally notified Google that it was fake, that it was unsupported by the facts, that it defamed him, that it endangered his life, all this kind of stuff. But Google declined to investigate and wouldn't take it down. So they ended up basically going after the user who posted it. And by they, I mean Paul and his camp. Senator Paul basically said, look, man, I will threaten you legally. There's going to be some penalty for this. And the user probably just got scared and took it down. But his whole point was, why are these social media companies not liable for what is being posted on their websites? And the reason why they're allowed to do that is because of something called Section 230. And it literally says that they're not liable for things that are posted on their website. So when you go around, you look at social media and you see all these crazy claims and fake news everywhere and just all this fake stuff, that is possible because of this Section 230.
Yeah, I think it's messed up. I do think that everybody needs to be held accountable for the things they post sometimes. 'Cause some of this stuff is like very, very like either wrong or, I mean, shoot, I even got to watch what I say sometimes because I know people going to be like, hey, brother, like, I'll sue you. So it's like, I get where he's coming from because, I mean, we've had stuff taken down from our page plenty of times, or people have tried to, and we've just been like, nah, we're not taking it down.
Yeah.
Or people have been in our DMs and be like, hey, can you take this down? And they had to go through an entire process on Instagram to get our page, that post taken down. So, I mean, hey, if you put it up, it's out there.
See, wait, so you're saying you think that the social media companies should be held liable?
Oh, no.
Or they should not?
I don't think they should. I mean,
Okay.
they open it's a platform to post things.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's used for, is to post things. Now you're just like, you're trying to marginalize what I post. Don't if that's the case, man, I don't think you should do that.
Now, I agree because honestly, it's a lot of people on these platforms. It's almost impossible to actually see what every single person is posting. But at the same time, big platforms like this, you get a lot of money. You need to have whatever is necessary to stop people from spreading misinformation, because that's the biggest thing right now in our generation.
Facts.
I don't know if I've never trusted the media as much as I have since actually growing up. Like once I hit 20, I realized, okay, dang, I cannot trust the media whatsoever. But back in the days, I feel like anything that the news was putting out there was okay. But now with social media and things like that, I just am jaded toward any information. I have to double check, triple check everything. But platforms should be doing that all the time.
Yeah, so the whole legal shield that they got was designed to help the internet grow, make it so that people could just flood the internet with whatever they wanted without these companies having to worry about, oh my God, am I going to get sued? Do I have to take all this stuff down? Blah, 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 blah. But I would argue that these social media companies do take your stuff down. You know what I mean? They do take certain posts down that don't align with whatever they choose. I mean, there are people who will know certain topics cannot be discussed on social media without it being taken down. There are a whole just like threads about what happened during the pandemic with people who were trying to give different health advice, just finding their whole account banned because of this stuff. So they are regulating what's on there without having to be liable for what's on there. So why are they taking any post down at all? That means they literally get to pick and choose what type of content is allowed to be on the internet, even though they're not liable for it anyway.
That is the point, because if you're a big creator, 9 times out of 10, all your stuff, that's usually the stuff that they're taking down is the big creators. If I was a creator with 100 followers, 200 followers, and I started spewing just all kinds of crazy rhetoric, just wild stuff, they're not really going to come at my stuff like that, bro. They're really not going to come. It's only big accounts that they do this to. I've never seen anybody, and I know a few like smaller accounts that spew a lot of hate. And they'll never get their stuff blocked, ever get their stuff taken down, ever, ever, ever.
Yeah.
But as soon as somebody with a platform does it, it's a wrap. And it's like, all right, man, if you're going to do this for this person, you got to do it for everybody.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking about just like the topic. So let's say something ridiculous. I think that the color blue is the best color in the whole wide world. And let's say that applies to any topic that's actually serious, whether it's what happened in Gaza or what's happening with Greenland or just any big topic. But I think blue's the best color in the world. Let's say that that's just not the popular opinion. And now all my videos are getting banned because I've taken this side and they're allowing videos to say, no, I think pink is the best color in the whole wide world. You know what I mean? So now all the pink videos are allowed to stay up. The blue videos are not allowed to stay up. And who are they to decide what video saying whatever the topic is allowed to be up or not when they're not liable for it anyway?
It's just it's a messed up situation, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand what you're saying. Like, everybody should be able to, put your own perspective out there. But what I've seen is perspectives get dangerous. Perspectives aren't as serious. Like, the sky is blue. I don't think you're going to get, I know it was just an analogy, but it's nothing serious. There's people that are spewing real hate rhetoric out there. And yes, you do deserve to have been taken down. Not only that, I honestly think that, social media, in order for somebody to post on social media, you need to have some sort of license. And I know that's going down in China right now, and I know it's kind of like it's impeding on your First Amendment right in a sense. But the fact that so many people are able to get millions of views and spew some of the most hatred, some of the most misinformed things on the internet is wild to me.
Well, and I agree with just that idea, because I've also been thinking that it'd be really cool if they at least stopped private accounts from being able to post comments on public videos, because you can get behind a private account and have an army of private accounts flood a comment section and make it seem like, we all believe this and it's fake people. If you're going to hide behind a private account, then you should be able to just talk to your friends, whoever your friends are. You can't be in the public space commenting on things if you're going to not say who you are, because that means you could be literally fake. You know what I mean? We got to clamp down on this some kind of way. That just makes the most sense to me. And it seems like, if you want to say it with your chest on a public account.
There it goes.
You know what I mean? And if not, you can't harass people with no kind of repercussion for that. It's crazy. And again, who gets to decide at Facebook or X or TikTok or wherever? Who gets to decide what you can and can't say? Because they're literally just deciding what viewpoints you can and can't say just because they want to.
Yeah.
They're not held liable.
Yeah,
it's just because they want to.
TikTok is the worst at that, bro. TikTok is the worst. They won't let you say nothing on that app, dog.
Not anymore. They used to be
it
the
was
freest
free.
one.
It used to be free.
Now,
boy, you can't say nothing on that app, dog. Nothing. I said one cuss word in like congratulating somebody, and they like violation.
Yeah.
I was like, God,
hey,
yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I think you need to have some schooling or something before you can start spewing anything on the internet. I'm sorry. You got to have some sort of media training before you can even do something like that.
Here's the thing. That's the point of the internet, is you don't need it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's why we have the instances where bro is upset right now.
100%.
Senator Rand Paul is upset. Yeah.
You don't need it.
That's the issue, though. We need it.
Well, then get rid of the internet.
Get
rid of the internet.
Get rid of letting people just say whatever they want on the internet.
That's
get rid
impossible.
of people. Yeah, well, on certain platforms at least, people need to have a license, and in order to get that license, you have to have done you have to show some sort of expertise in that field.
Well, hold on, Lana. To that point, we wouldn't be able to talk what we're talking right now. If that's the case.
What are you talking about? I worked in media before
Me
here.
too, no, a license.
What do you mean?
Like a degree or something along those lines.
Brother, I got a degree.
And this?
Okay, chill.
Exactly.
Chill on me, chill on
So
me,
that's
chill
what
on
I'm
me, chill on
trying to
me, chill on
say.
me.
You said a Lana.
Yeah.
Lana would be the
Chill on
only
me.
one to be able to sit right here.
Hey, chill on me. Chill on me.
Well,
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. With your point, we wouldn't be able to chill up here and talk with Lana. She would be the only one to sit up here and be able to talk how she talk.
Like I said, it needs to be some sort of expertise. You have to show some sort of expertise in the field.
There you go. Now you go. There you go. Switch it from license.
well, there is a crazy allegation that these nonprofits are getting victim donation money and just running with it. And I'm talking about the nonprofits who are supposed to be using the victim donation money to give to the victims of whatever situation required them to be in the need of it. So basically this all started because of what happened in Maine. There was a Lewiston, Maine incident. There was a mass shooting there, in fact. It was an extremely deadly mass shooting incident. It happened in October 2023. And it killed 18 people in a bowling alley. And donations, of course, just started pouring in to help the people who were impacted by this. So what we're seeing here is that there was about $2 million that was raised through the Maine Community Foundation's Lewiston Auburn Area Response Fund. And that money went to nonprofits instead of the victims, despite the fact that donors were told that 100% of the money was going to go to the victims. You know, they usually say like, hey, donate to me. All of our money goes to, the victims. So apparently, these funds were distributed to 29 nonprofits with no direct connection to the shooting or its victims. And 9 of the 29 profits reportedly only serve immigrant communities who were totally unrelated to the attack. And individual nonprofits reportedly got about $65,000 each, even though some of these survivors and their families got way less than that. Their medical bills could have been like $90,000 plus, and they're getting like $32,000. Meanwhile, you got completely unrelated nonprofits getting pieces of this money that were supposed to go to the victims.
Yeah, y'all gonna learn to stop giving y'all money to these foundations and stuff like that. Did we not learn from, and this is all allegedly, BLM? Did we not learn from the BLM movement? Did we not learn? Have we not learned our lesson? Y'all better stop giving y'all money to these folks and not knowing where it's really going. If you really wanted to help out the family, you would have found the families and you would have gave them money directly. You don't need to give your money to no donation center and be like, here, take my money and then go give it to the people. No, because by the time that money leave your pocket, you don't know where them folks doing with your money. So stop giving your money to if you really want to help out whoever's in trouble, go directly to the source, figure out a way to give the money directly to them and get that money to them. You don't need, y'all are going to learn the hard way, bruh. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. Then stuff like this happens. And now you're looking crazy. It's like, all right, I gave $1,000. Like, how much of my $1,000 actually went to the family?
Yeah.
They don't know because they don't tell us. They don't say, hey, Mr. Smith, I want to let you know that we spent $500 went to the nonprofit and $500 went to the families. No, you just give your $1,000 and just expect it to go where it's supposed to go, man. Y'all stop.
Yeah, that's why I like GoFundMe's and stuff like that. Although I haven't used them before, from what I'm seeing, I mean, that money goes straight to them. There's no middleman. There's no hire company aside from GoFundMe that's in charge of distributing those funds. So, yeah, I don't know. It's risky.
You know what? I was actually just sitting here looking up. Do you guys remember that massive earthquake in Haiti?
Yeah.
And there was a huge push to give funding towards Haiti. And there was like $500 million that was raised. And there have been allegations that didn't go anywhere, basically. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody was wondering, like, where did that money go? Because I don't see $500 million worth of aid in Haiti. Right. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm seeing. I mean, and you'd have to go down that rabbit hole yourself. Yeah. But it's apparently a lot of the money went into a restricted account, and 91% was spent on Haiti programs. But that's only what the American Red Cross is saying. People have sued to figure out where all it actually went, because there's been a lot of allegations over the years that it didn't go where they thought it was supposed to go.
That's another incident. You got Toms, the shoes Toms. You remember you used to buy Toms, and Toms, their money used to be donated. We don't know where that money went when we bought them Toms. There's so many of these. I think it was Coney, not Coney. What was the one? I'm looking. It's not Coney, but it was another one that was really big that went under, that had allegations too. I can't really remember, but. All I'm saying is this: stop giving y'all money to these donation people, bro.
And it's so interesting because these donation companies, organizations, they have CEOs.
Yeah,
they have boards, and you think the CEO ain't making bank?
Bruh.
Yeah.
You think the CEO ain't making millions of dollars?
Come on now.
But it's supposed to be a nonprofit. I'm just saying.
Listen, bro, you send me, if I'm the CEO of one of these donations and you send over 50 million, I'm shaving a little bit off the top. Come on now.
Yeah.
I'm shaving something off the top to get me a Porsche or, a vacation. I'm shaving something now. Come on now.
I'm looking at one of the organizations right now. I ain't going to say their name, but I'm looking online and it says that the CEO is making about $1.3 million. $1.3 million.
I've wondered that to a nonprofit. Like, how?
How?
Where?
I thought you ain't making profit. I
thought
thought everything was supposed to go to the people.
They're some of the
Definition.
richest people out here, which is crazy.
That's crazy that the definition inside of that is non-profit. It's not supposed to make no money. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's not the real definition.
Also,
I don't know.
Keys said, I thought I was doing something when I used to feel good buying those Toms.
No, bruh.
AKA Ninja Sock shoes.
Nah, bruh. Don't.
I don't know anything about that. What is
Toms?
a Tom?
Wait, what? Oh, you weren't old enough for Toms.
I was trying to laugh and I was like, yo, that's funny. But then I thought about it. I was
I had
like,
no idea.
Yeah.
what is a
Wait a minute,
Tom?
but Toms?
Tom's shoes.
They're shoes.
They're like this dude made shoes, but you would buy the shoes, and part of it would go towards some type of fund.
The proceeds.
But he went out there like nobody knew where those funds went either.
It's crazy. Like, and to your point, like maybe we should start really being like, all right, now who needs the money? And let me go
Exactly.
give it
Yes.
to them. Because
Yes.
I'm sick of playing games with y'all.
Yeah.
Just robbing people blind in some cases. Speaking of robbing people blind, there is a crazy incident where this guy was reportedly selling cars on Facebook Marketplace just to steal it back from the new owners.
This is called the infinite money glitch.
Okay.
This is an infinite money glitch, bro. So look, this guy in I think it was in Kansas. Oh, it didn't say where he's from, but I think it was in Kansas. But he was selling a 2013 gray Honda Civic on Facebook Marketplace. And what he would do, and I'm going to break down what he did, he would sell the car. And after he sold the car, he would go back to who he sold it from. The people would buy it to him in cash. He'll keep the cash. He'll go back to where he sold it to him, have a spare key, steal the car back.
Ooh.
Steal the car back. And then he would do it again. He would list it again on Facebook Marketplace and do it again and do it again and do it again. I think he did it 14 times.
Ooh.
All this is, of course, according to the prosecutors. So
Yes. That's everything is alleged at this point. But yeah, 14 times what they allege. The victims lost a combined total of $24,000.
You know what I think is even crazier? That this basically all partly at least came to an end because one of the victims got him in 4K on film, literally stealing the car from her property at 1 o'clock in the morning, being like, wait a minute. Is that the guy who just dropped it off 7 hours ago? 7 hours before she saw him.
Great, but it's very intelligent.
Thank you. I was about to say.
So smart.
Rank it from 1 to 10, Dale.
Oh, bro, that's up there.
What's the creativity
That's
level
up there
on that
with
one?
the dude that had all the disguises, bro. That's up there with him, bro.
Okay.
Bro.
Because mind you, that's an investment. He actually invested his money to buy the spare key, and then he... Yo, that was genius. I give him that.
Very, very, very.
That's
smart.
creative. Very creative.
Also funny about this, apparently when they arrest the guy, first of all, when the police first showed up, Diallo, the guy's last name, denied everything.
Yeah, he said he didn't do it.
basically told those investigators, prove it. If he, and when they asked him if he used that online alias, and I thought that was so crazy. Like, if you know what you were doing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you were
yeah.
like, nah, prove it. And then they arrested him, and then multiple victims identified him. Yeah, that's him. That's who did it.
That is the smartest thing in the world, bruh. And if you gave me the opportunity, I would try it. All right? I would try it. Bruh, that is the greatest thing ever. For you to sell a car, get cash for it, give a fake title, everything look real. I mean, this guy's a mastermind when it comes to being a criminal because he had a title that looked real. He had everything that looked real. sold it, came back, stole it, put it back on Facebook Marketplace.
This is why they don't give everybody licenses to be on the news. Because they start saying stuff like this. And you like,
Wait. I never said go do it. I just said it's smart. All right. I just said that is an extremely genius idea. I've never thought of that before.
I wouldn't have thought about that either. Alto Key says son thought he was playing GTA.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
Talk,
like that is hey man, kudos. Not kudos, but you know.
Because I've heard of
not kudos.
Yeah, because I've heard of kudos is crazy.
Kudos is
because
crazy.
he could have been lazy about it and just like went and met up with the person, beat him up, and then took his money and then left with the car. But he was like, nah, I'm gonna let you think you got it. He really did the old fish move, the fisherman move.
Mm-hmm.
He let you think you had it, and he brought it right back. He reeled it right back in. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
That's a 7 out of 10.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
It's a 9. What would you give it, Lana?
I would again give it a 0 because this is insane. That this is where we come to appreciate crime. This is crazy.
We're not appreciating it. It's more or less we're just admiring the idea and how much of a smart man he is. That's it.
It wasn't
All right.
lazy. It wasn't lazy.
Was not lazy.
Okay. Well, we do need to let you guys know that there is reportedly a deadly fungus spreading. Did you guys watch The Last of Us?
Yes.
Every
On
time
Prime?
I hear anything about, is it on HBO?
One of those. Yeah.
One of them, I don't know. Every time I hear anything about a fungus spreading, I'm like, oh man, it's starting. So in Tennessee, health officials are warning about a potentially deadly fungal infection. It's called histoplasmosis. It's reportedly spreading in the state. 35 plus confirmed cases over a 3-month period. So not that many, but not nothing. So they basically presented those health case numbers on January 12th. So I don't know if there's been an update there, if there's been more since, but state officials say that some patients have been hospitalized from this, critically ill from this. And basically how this happens is that you breathe in fungal spores, and it's typically from soil that's contaminated with either bird or bat droppings. Apparently, it doesn't spread from person to person, and so that's, no risk there. But if you were to breathe in fungal spores, maybe you were outside hiking somewhere, could potentially happen to you. Symptoms include fever, cough, extreme fatigue, headache, body aches, chills, and chest pain, usually 3 to 17 days after you're exposed to this. And because those symptoms resemble the cold and flu, people often kind of just like brush it aside and don't do anything about it. And if you have a weakened immune system or just at a higher risk of severe illness because whatever you got going on, that can lead to a long-term lung infection or even like meningitis. So,
and y'all want the rail? Y'all really want that rail from Atlanta to Nashville still? Y'all really want to like have a nice train to go straight to Tennessee? This is what I was telling y'all before. We don't want that. We don't want no train from Tennessee to Georgia.
That is honestly horrifying as someone who just camped across the country.
Exactly.
If you camp or you hike, what do you mean I can step on soil and get histometriosis, mesothelioma?
Yeah, bro.
You said,
that's crazy.
How many people passed away from this?
How many people died from this?
Or not passed
I
away,
don't
but
think
how many cases was it?
35 plus ish by January 12th. I want to say I'd seen like 1 or 2 people.
Ain't nothing topping COVID. COVID was that disease, dog. COVID was that sickness. Nothing can top COVID, bro.
Yeah, COVID was the hottest thing to drop in 2020, son. If you ain't have COVID, where were you, son? You wasn't really in the streets. We really had COVID out here, son.
Bro, real talk, nothing's stopping COVID, bro. I'm not scared of no fungus. I survived COVID. I could survive this fungus.
But COVID, we don't need to get into COVID. But I will say that I think the way this happens is pretty horrifying. So after it's inhaled, again, you don't catch it from somebody else. It's because of environmental exposure. After it's inhaled, the organism deposits in the lungs and rapidly shifts form from mold to yeast at body temperature. And so it survives and causes the disease. And like fungus,
That's gross.
It's
an organism.
Have you seen The Last of Us? We don't learn our lessons, I feel like.
That we don't. that we don't. So is it going to make its way? Are they going to try to contain it in Tennessee.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
I was just reading. I'm trying to figure out if they're gonna like contain it. Tennessee people, y'all stay where y'all at. How about
Right.
that? Yeah. Don't bring your boots. Don't bring your cowboy hats.
Don't walk down here.
Don't walk down here. Don't bring your country music down here.
Because when,
might...
when you talk about prevention guidance, all officials recommend is that you limit activities that disturb soil and consider masks during high-risk outdoor activities. But they're talking about step on soil. What do you mean?
So just don't walk, y'all.
Don't walk outside? What are we talking about here?
Just don't walk.
Sometimes the guidance is like, get out of here. You don't know. Just tell me you don't know how to prevent this from happening and keep it moving.
Everybody figure out how to float. Everybody just figure out how to float from here on out. Don't touch the ground at all.
Crazy. Crazy.
But to get away from it, you could go to the moon.
Look, man, have y'all seen this?
No.
Nah.
Y'all didn't see this?
Oh, I actually, you know what? I did see this a couple days ago, but I didn't read it. I don't know what's going on here.
So for everybody out there, you can spend $1 million and get your room. You can reserve a hotel room on the moon when we go. But you have to put a non-refundable $1,000 down is required to apply for a spot. If selected,
to apply for the spot.
Just apply.
To apply.
Just apply.
Is $1,000 non-refundable.
So
Crazy.
if selected, applicants must place a refundable deposit of $250,000 to $1 million. Total estimated cost, while final pricing isn't set, a single day is expected to exceed $10 million. Now, the question I asked my beautiful host I sit here beside is, would you go?
0% chance am I going. First of all, I think this is a money grab. I want to know who's putting this on, because what do you mean $1,000 non-refundable to apply? When are you going? You know, we don't even know when you can go to the moon. When are you building a hotel on the moon?
Exactly.
How are you building a hotel on the moon? And I'm paying you $1,000 to apply? Boy, you scammers. Y'all got cojones. Y'all got cojones.
No black person has ever been on the moon. Just saying that before we go. No black person has ever been on the moon. I would be the first. I would do it.
You would go.
No black person has ever been on the moon. We got to break those barriers. We got to break those barriers.
No person has been on the moon. Let's go to break.
Yeah, well, stick around. We are going to be right back with a lot of stories coming out of Atlanta. Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta, a brand new live news show where we talk about all the hottest stories in the city. I'm your host, Sana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
Yes.
And Million.
Yo.
Okay, so we have the comment section going. These are our viewers on YouTube right now. Of course, we're live, so if you want to shout out anything in the comments, we can see it, and we'll kind of talk about it if it's appropriate and related to the conversation. Super duper C, we see you in there. And you're asking about a podcast. We should have this on a podcast version pretty soon. I think that's in the works. So we're going to have a show going here on YouTube. We're going to be on actual TV. I don't want to say all the places that you're going to potentially see us pop up because some things aren't quite ready yet, but it's in the works. A lot of big, exciting stuff going. But yeah, the podcast is something we're definitely working on. Okay, to jump into the news. Medical groups are trying to sue the Atlanta-based CDC because they want to get them to put the childhood vaccine recommendations back to what they were.
Yeah.
CDC and Mr. RFK, our health secretary in the country. Yeah, both of them getting sued. What do y'all think about this?
Did y'all get the vaccine when y'all were children?
Well, I got some vaccines.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean, but because there's like multiple, that they tell you to get.
I think I got them all.
I've never gotten a flu vaccine, I will say.
Really?
Never got a flu. Never had the flu. Never gotten the flu vaccine.
Dang. Yeah. How do I feel about this? So the thing about this is they're no longer pushing the recommendation for these vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
That's the flu, like you said earlier, rotavirus, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, RSV, certain forms of meningitis. I believe it's hepatitis, Hep A or Hep B. One of those two are like sexual transmitted disease. And they're recommending that to children, I believe. Let me double check that.
They were. So the whole vibe here is that there used to be like 17 recommended childhood vaccines, and they've taken that down to 11. And so that's what's got a bunch of people trying to sue. The American Academy of Pediatrics, the American College of Physicians, the American Public Health Association, and then 3 unidentified people that just haven't identified. They are saying that we are suing because there was basically no point to doing this and no scientific basis for doing this is what they're saying. They say changing vaccine recommendations without following the normal scientific review process is what they did. And again, no scientific record was presented to justify rolling this stuff back. So that's why they say they sued.
That's it?
That's it.
Dang.
Because we've been doing it like this before. You haven't given us a reason not to, so we're suing you to tell you to put it back. I do think that is interesting because this conversation gets the people going. You know what I mean? And anti-vaxxers get like this whole stigma to them, and then people who do vaccinate their children, out the wazoo with every single vaccine that comes out, they have a stigma to them. And what RFK and the CDC basically decided to do this for was because they say that the vaccines have basically just gone too far and they just want to look at it a bit more. They say that the vaccine schedule is basically set by a panel that is too tied to the drug companies, aka the drug companies want you guys to have this to be a recommended vaccine schedule for the kids, and so we all get paid. Of course, we want you to have it. So they say that that's kind of a conflict of interest. And they want to look at it a bit further. They say that now people don't trust these safety studies because these vaccines aren't tested against a true placebo, and that they don't really study the long-term effects after it's approved. So they feel like there's just not enough evidence to say that, parents, you can be assured 100% this is safe. They feel like the evidence is not like rigorously gotten or transparent enough to really convince people that like you should be vaccinating your kids with all this stuff. And so they say that basically making these scheduled changes would boost transparency. It would boost informed consent. It would make room for parent-doctor decision-making. And most importantly, they say that it's not going to change how this is covered with health insurance, because that's always a conversation. If you take away these recommendations, health insurance companies may not pay for it anymore, which means that parents who do want it may not be able to afford it. So it'd be like a punishment to the parents who do want it. They're saying that this is not going to change. So if parents talk about it with their doctor and decide they want all these vaccines, they can still get it and it's still covered, but they're not recommending it anymore.
Right.
So now with all that said, what do y'all think?
Would y'all give y'all kids the vaccine? I think that's the biggest question here.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So hepatitis, sorry, I need to clear this up. Hepatitis B and C are considered sexually transmitted infections, so they're STIs. But the thing that's interesting is they are giving it to kids around. They're saying that kids typically get the hepatitis B vaccine in a 3 to 4 dose series starting at birth within 12 to 24 hours. So they're giving babies STI vaccines. I can't legally say that there's something wrong with that, but what I will say is for me and my kids, I won't be doing that.
Do you know if that is just to keep any potential infection from spreading from like the mom to the baby during pregnancy? I don't know what I've heard. There's some reason behind it, but you can find a pro or con reason for all of this stuff. You know, some people will go down for any vaccine that has already been approved because they say we've been doing this stuff and we don't want to see random diseases that we've eradicated pop back up because all of a sudden all these people don't want to get vaccinated anymore. But I think what this is saying is you can still get it if you want it, but we're gonna need to do a bit more investigation into some of these vaccines.
But isn't the vaccine essentially like it's a way to train your immune system to know when it's about to fight a certain disease that's coming in your body? Like that's what the vaccine's for, is to like, hey, I'm about to inject you with this. So now your body knows whenever this comes, it knows how to fight it. So I mean, that's essentially what the vaccine does. So I mean, I'm not saying that it's wrong or right, but they also have claims of like vaccines giving kids autism, which is absolutely wild.
Yeah. So it says hepatitis B. My bad. I keep on going back into this hepatitis B one because my mom specifically said you're not gonna get this one.
Okay.
Hepatitis. It says it's given at birth because newborns are highly vulnerable to lifelong severe liver disease, cancer, and death if infected with infection, often occurring during delivery from the mother.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I was in college, right? I was in college. I've never heard anybody burnt with hepatitis B.
Wait, what? Wait, you were in college?
That is so stupid.
Wait,
when I was in college, nobody ever got burnt with hepatitis B around me. So
okay.
Like I've heard of like chlamydia, gonorrhea,
yeah.
things like that, but not hepatitis B. So like the fact that they're pushing that around, I think my children will be all right.
So I think
I think my children.
I think the counter to that would be to say, if I'm the mom and I know I don't have Hep B, why am I giving my child the Hep B vaccine for something that I've already tested for, husband's already tested for, we've tested for, we're fine? Are you telling me I have to give my kid Hep B vaccine? Right. And none of this is required, but what the whole point of it is, it's a strong routine recommendation for kids that these schools will then use for kind of like the basis of what they need before they show up. So if you're saying like these are recommendations and then the school says, okay, well then you got to get all of those because that's what they recommend. Now they're saying, okay, well, we won't do all these 17 of them. We'll do 11 of them, and then we'll do some more testing and studies on the rest. Yeah. So they're saying that it's really the drug companies who are upset about this because they're, potentially going to lose a lot of money because they're not recommended necessarily anymore. Other people would say, no, you people don't know what you're talking about. RFK is not a doctor or a scientist, and he's just blowing up, the health care industry, Pick your propaganda.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And to that point, RFK, he has said some wild things in the past. I think I heard him say something about like worms and it's in somebody's brain or something like that. Something along those lines. I'll double check that. But he's not the brightest. And it's interesting that he's like the head of the CDC right now.
I don't know. I think what he was chosen for because a lot of Trump supporters wanted him to be chosen because he was saying, like, let's get all these chemicals out of food. Let's get all these dyes out of food. Let's look at the vaccines and make sure that they are truly the best thing to be giving our kids. Why are we giving our kids this many vaccines? When I was a kid, we only needed this. Where did all these other ones come from? And why are they just recommended? So people thought, like, this is great. Like, have somebody who's actually caring about health. America is so sick and so obese. And, just not just the picture of health when we do have a CDC and we have all these health agencies. So then what's going wrong here? Your advice has a sick, unhealthy, and obese population. Maybe you should be looking at some of the things that you guys have recommended and having it under a like a microscope. And I agree with that. If anybody, because he's got scientists behind him as well and doctors behind him as well. Not all of them agree. So again, that's why I'm saying you got to pick your propaganda. But if there's any scientist out there who says we should take a little better look at this, then take a better look. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
So would you get your kids vaccinated?
I would have to look at each one and decide based on what the vaccine is and what the value would be, how long they've studied it, what are the outcomes in other kids who've had these vaccines. I would want to do my own research on that. And that's where I think the problem is. People are depending on other people to do their research for them. And if you did it yourself, you could make a more informed decision, I think.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Okay.
I don't think I would either. I think I would do the same thing as you, Lana.
Just look into it, myself first. Yeah. So I don't know. Well, what are you saying? When I lived in Atlanta, they made us take tuberculosis staph and all that. Talking about the vaccines. Yeah. So, I mean, some I think are necessary. Some, if the scientists want to look at it,
right.
Look at it. Right. We all know that there are Atlanta scammers and they will scam you on a good day. But there are also elite level scammers out there, and one of them just pleaded guilty to a $380 million Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, the U.S. attorney said it's likely that this Ponzi scheme was the biggest scheme in Georgia history. 390 M's. So Todd Burkhalter, founder and CEO of Drive Planning LLC, pleaded guilty to wire fraud for running a Ponzi scheme for years. He racked up around $380 million. Federal prosecutors say the scheme defrauded more than 2,000 people. So here's how the scheme worked. From September 2020 to June 2024, Drive Planning marketing investment products included real estate loan. Okay.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, we will. All right. Real estate acceleration loans. So they falsely promised people 10% returns every 3 months, but they didn't live up to that. And then also they promised core fund cash out real estate funds, falsely claimed passive income from tax liens, guaranteeing up to 22% annual return. So they was promising these people these big returns once they invested with him, and they never lived up to it. So that's why he's in custody right now.
Sounds like a lot of other people. Cutco, Forex. The list can go on with these Ponzi schemes, bruh. Grab somebody to grab somebody to grab somebody to make, bruh. I done got caught with a few Ponzi schemes before.
Have you?
Really?
I was with Cutco for a while.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Forex.
No,
I knew
did,
a lot
I did,
of people
I did
in Atlanta.
I did Forex for a month.
I'm not surprised.
I did
What?
Wait,
No,
wait,
because
wait,
I
wait,
knew
wait.
so many people.
What do you mean you're not surprised?
I knew a lot of people in Forex, especially from Lovejoy and Jonesboro.
Okay,
I
yeah.
knew multiple people who were in that Forex.
I got on Forex, man. Hey, man, if you bring somebody in, that person can make $1 million up under you, but you'll be making $2 million. All you need to do is get 5 people to get this. Bruh, those Ponzi schemes are so believable.
What were you supposed to do? Like, what was that?
So essentially, this Forex program that I was in is it's trading. Forex is trading.
Okay.
But you would have to get people in your trade group. So I would have a trader over me, and then that trader would get 3 other traders, and those traders would throw in $50 or $60 into the pot, and then I would have to go get my own traders under me. So I would get money from, and it just keep going down and down and down and down and down and down and down until the dude at the top
Raking
getting
it in.
paid. You dig
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, bro, Ponzi schemes were 2020 was like a huge year for Ponzi schemes.
Yeah. So what I think is the most interesting is that he was taking all these investors' money to pay for all types of crazy stuff for himself. $320,000 on clothing and jewelry and cosmetic treatments. $2.1 million on a luxury condo in Cabo San Lucas. $2 million yacht. Private jet travel. I mean, we're talking about $800,000 in luxury vehicles. That's crazy. Living large on these people's money.
He was doing it big. He was doing it big. And it's interesting because prosecutors plan to recommend 17 and a half years in prison.
That's it?
That's it, dog. That's it. That's it. We see scammers around Atlanta just getting more time than that.
Dang, 17 drug dealers get more time than that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Got 380 mil.
And only doing 17
And
years.
only doing 17
He about to
years
sit
recommended.
down. He about to sit down. How old was he? Did they say his age? How old was it? Did they say his age? Anyway, if he look around 40-ish.
Yeah.
He gonna get out about 55, 57, 60. Probably do the same thing when he get out.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably gonna
bro.
do the
Like, that's
same thing when
that's
he get out, bro.
interesting, bro. Certain people could get away with certain things, and I'm starting to see it. Like 380 mil. This is the biggest. Like I said, some prosecutors are saying that this is the biggest scheme in Georgia history.
Really? Biggest in
Yes.
Georgia history?
Yes.
Bigger than Cutco? Bigger than, because those are some crazy Ponzi
Federal prosecutors are saying the scheme defrauded 2,000, about 380 million. Yeah.
Okay, so I was just quickly looking up how many fraudsters have just been pardoned by the Trump administration. And I only had to look up the Trump administration because apparently they didn't track this kind of thing during the Biden administration. So Biden did pardon a bunch of people, but they didn't, I guess, look for fraud. People have been specifically looking since Trump has been in office about the fraud. Not to come after Trump, just is what it is. Apparently 24 convicted fraudsters have been pardoned by Trump as of mid-2025. So that would be in the first couple of months. And those cases involve roughly $1.3 billion in fines and restitutions that were wiped out by clemency, and just billions of dollars that are accused of being frauded by people. So when I see something like this and I see 17 years, depending on who you know, you could be out in a day.
Yeah. Look.
You could be out in a year. You know what I mean? You never know.
Look, if y'all gonna do crime, do something like this. I'm just saying. I'm just not telling you to do it, but if you will, make sure it's a lot of money, because some fraud, some scams, this stuff right here, you getting out. Trump like, hey, I'm with this. He like, hey, I'm with this. You seen it happen time and time again, like Lana said. So if y'all do, pick the right crimes to do so you can at least probably get pardoned. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
We do have some very strange things that happen in Atlanta, and I don't know why everybody just likes to expose themselves in public in the stories here. We got a weird kind of vibe with that in Atlanta. That keeps happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Atlanta, there's a gooner on the loose. Deputies with the Douglas County Sheriff Office are trying to identify a man accused of indecent exposure. Now, do y'all know what gooning is?
We know what gooning is.
I think I learned it like last year, because that's something that you guys
Yeah,
generation did. That's a whole new
That's
thing.
a young saying.
Yeah, that's what our generation says. So he was touching himself allegedly. That's what it alleges while he was in a Family Dollar aisle. According to deputies, the man was touching himself inappropriately in an aisle, like I said, and the suspect is described as a male. Like I said, we have not found him. The suspect is described as a male in his 20s to early 30s. He's on the run right now. He was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and a gray star design and the words "solid member" along with blue jeans.
I wonder what did he get turned on by? The Valentine's Day cards? I don't understand. What turned him on to where he needed to do that or allegedly do that at the store? Like at Family Dollar at all. Now, here's the thing. I kind of expect that out of a Family Dollar. Like, I don't really, when we had that dude come into Target and do it at Target, that wasn't Target behavior. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is Family Dollar behavior. You dig what I'm saying?
Family Dollar behavior. What I think is also hilarious about this, it's not funny. None of this is funny.
No, it's funny.
It's not funny. This happened at the location on Lee Road in Lithia Springs, and that is not the only Family Dollar location that he's done this at. According to police, he's also done it at the Family Dollar on Veterans Memorial Highway. So he's just collecting Family Dollars.
Yeah, he's got a fetish for Family Dollars.
According to police. And to your point, what is even there? Because when we're talking about the Walmart guy, there's a bra section. There's, it's weird, but you could get it.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
But he's talking about Family Dollar, bro. What did he go to the chocolate and just be like, ooh, chocolate's so sweet. This is so sweet. Like, what happened, bro? Like, stop pulling your stuff out. All right? Y'all are gross. Stop pulling y'all stuff out.
Not for nothing. Can we pull this picture back up real quick and then we'll move on? Not for nothing. Who does that also kind of remind you of these days? There's a certain agent/officer who looks very similar.
The ICE agent was in there touching himself?
I'm not saying it's ICE. I'm saying that's what they're wearing.
Oh, okay.
What's to separate that guy from walking out and saying, I'm ICE, I'm throwing you into a car? I've got the same thing they got on.
With his meat out?
They'll put on...
if any ICE agent came to me
That blows
within Johnson out and was like, "Hey, get in the ride," I'm gonna immediately be like, "Stranger danger, stranger danger." No.
Also, he's black. He's a YN. He's a YN. He's not an ICE agent. He's a YN.
A freaky YN too at that. Good God. This man here, bruh.
Yeah, he's on the run. So if you see somebody that looks familiar, please talk to the Douglas County. Talk to the Douglas County Police Department. Say you found the
Please.
guy.
Also,
On behalf of all Family Dollar employees.
yeah, I was just about to say,
Please.
y'all stay out of Family Dollars too for like the next couple weeks just in case. Stay out of Family Dollars just
I
in
see
case.
some things you didn't want to see in there. Okay, there's also a repo man that was accused of shooting at someone and then just dumping the gun in the trash. I mean, Atlanta really is Grand Theft Auto.
It is Grand Theft Auto. And here, I think repo men have it hard enough as it is because, like, you're taking somebody's possession.
Could never.
Like,
Could
you
never.
You have it hard. So this is what happened. Marquise Milner, who had fallen behind on his car payments, was eating lunch in Austell when he was alerted that someone was tampering with his vehicle. The guy was out there letting the tire out of his car. Milner claims that agent Rashad Muhammad did not identify himself or the reason for towing the car beyond saying, "I'm going to tow your car." I mean, it's facts. As simple as that, bro. You get your car towed, bro. When Milner attempted to drive away, Muhammad allegedly chased him in another vehicle and fired multiple shots at him. Milner described the experience as life flashing before his eyes, noting that Muhammad cut his car off, fired again when Milner was unable to make the turn. So here's the thing. The cops found Muhammad and they asked him, like, "Yo, did you have a gun?" And Muhammad was like, "No, I ain't got no gun."
Muhammad was the
Tow truck driver.
tow truck driver.
Marquise Milner is the guy that got his car truck. Yeah, man, being a tow truck driver has to be the hardest and scariest job ever because, bruh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a very altercational person. I don't even think that's a word. I think I just made that up. Altercational. But I do believe, like, yo, if somebody just came and just grabbed my whip without, like, letting me know, yeah, bro, I'm gonna get a little heated. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I probably won't go to blows or anything, but I'm like, definitely some yelling and screaming for sure.
I also thought it was interesting that there was kind of some conflicting stories going on around here. Apparently on body cam, Muhammad said that he didn't have a weapon and that he didn't even see a weapon. I don't know what you're talking about. He just said that Milner, the guy whose car he was trying to tow, basically just tried to run him over. But then, police found that gun in a trash can at a nearby gas station. So, gotcha. That's crazy.
Yeah, tow truck drivers, man, y'all be safe out there, man.
So you're on the side of the tow, like you empathize with the tow truck driver.
He's doing his job.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he's doing it. I mean,
that's like being for the boot man.
That's what I was just about to say.
You know what I mean? I don't hear
excessive.
that
That's
often.
excessive. That's excessive.
Oh, I hope you ticketers and booters out
No.
there, I wish you all well.
No, that's
says
not.
Rondell.
No. This guy was behind on his payments, bro.
Times is hard.
Times is hard, but I mean, hey, brother. you know
And
what I'm
other
saying?
people are just parked trying to go in somewhere, but I know you wish them all well.
I'm just saying that, bro. Being
nice.
a tow truck driver is a hard thing. Forget you,
I know
Lana.
it.
Forget you.
I know it.
Forget you.
What
It's-
an upstanding citizen you are.
I'm trying to be like Million. I'm just trying to get like Million. That's
Amen.
it.
Amen.
I'm just trying to
You
get
keep
like.
doing your job.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get like. Man, have y'all ever had your car towed though?
Bro, I pray to God I don't. Actually, I've had it towed, but it wasn't a repo, man. I've had it towed before.
I've
for
had my
sure.
car repoed.
Dang.
Dang,
But
brother.
I let him repo it though. I was about to go on tour and I was about to be on tour for 6 months, so I just left the car in my parents' driveway.
Was it not expensive to get it out from wherever they repo it to?
Oh no, girl, they repoed my car and kept it.
Right, I'm saying, like, I thought to
Oh.
get it back from them, hold it. Don't they charge you for like the month or?
Oh, Lana, no, this wasn't a hold. I was like, they haven't been paying my car payment for months.
Oh,
Yeah. I was
it's
running.
yours.
I was running from the repo man.
So you gave? Oh,
I
so
just
okay.
gave- I
so
finally just gave it up.
you knew the repo man was coming for a while.
I knew. Oh, listen, if you're ever, and this, I need to talk to y'all. And please, somebody out there, please resonate with me. If you're ever sitting in your house and you always hear like beep beep, and you got to jump up and look out the window and make sure it's not the repo man, like that's my heart was beating for like months because I was running from the repo man.
Boy, trash came every Sunday, and
Hey,
he
bruh,
was like, "Oh my
bruh,
god!"
what, bruh? My heart was beating, and then I finally left for 6 months, and I just left the car in the driveway, and they came and picked it up. I thought they were never gonna grab it, but sure enough, bruh, Came to my parents' house.
Man.
Repoed my whip, bro.
And you just said, it is what it
It
is.
is what it is, bro. I ain't had no whip after that.
Now, what you got to do is you got to park your car like a block or two over, and then you walk to your crib. Finesse. Sorry, that's how I did it. That's how I did it. I mean,
Who are you guys?
I'm just saying, that's how I did it.
That's
Shoot.
smart. That's smart.
Wait, so are they just looking for known addresses then? I
Yeah.
thought it was
Yeah.
by license plate.
No. Once you put your address, once you register your car under that that address, yeah, they go to that address. But here's the thing: I was living in Atlanta. My address was my parents' house, so I was still scared that they was gonna like pull up on me, like my parents was gonna snitch on me and be like, "Nah, he not here.
Oh,
He up
he's
in his
over there."
apartment." You know what I mean? So I always thought that, but yeah, they never came and got it until I dropped it off at my parents.
So why did you leave it at your parents' house?
Cause I was going on tour.
No, but like, why not leave it at a friend's house? Or
'Cause
like, you
here's the-
wanted them to take the car.
Yeah.
You wanted. You
Here's
like,
the thing:
it's-
I was
it's
so
fine.
so far gone on payments, bro. I was like months behind on payments, bro. It was like I was not catching up. So here, take it back.
Okay. Well, before we go, we got to leave you on a sad note because DeKalb K-9 Officer Drago has sadly left us. He's departed.
And I think he had a total of
100 arrests?
100 arrests.
Yeah.
How does a dog arrest anybody? Let's not. Rest in peace. I'm sorry, that was not funny.
How do I? I hate. I'm sorry. This is gonna get me canceled, I'm sure, in
Go
some
ahead.
police
Go
communities.
ahead.
Why do we care this much about the dogs, the canine dogs? We don't even care this much when people die.
Exactly.
When people get shot in these streets, we barely give them like half of a story.
Yeah.
A canine dog dies and they get like a full funeral.
Full funeral.
Full stop. Like they'll do like a police procession for
Yeah.
these dogs. Like, is this a dog?
You know what's crazy though? Like after he retired, I know he had to go to like a few dog parks, and them dogs was probably talking mad trash about this dog. Like, hey y'all, woo woo, don't snitch, woo woo woo, snitch over here, woo 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 woo.
Listen, because he was responsible for seizing y'all's cocaine, your marijuana, your heroin, all types of stuff. So, R.I.P. to K9 Drago. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hot 97 News Atlanta. We are going to talk about something that I have actually not seen yet. This is a little surprise from Million over here.
Yeah.
And he wanted us to know what kind of cars get stolen the most in Georgia.
Yeah. Georgia. Listen to me. What do you think is the most stolen car? I'm gonna ask you, Dale. What do you think is the most stolen car in Georgia?
Hellcats.
I was going to say the same. Or
Hellcats?
Chargers.
Yeah.
Chargers?
Or
Yeah.
Anything else?
Kias.
Jeeps.
Kias? I thought Hondas.
Okay.
Oh, because of the,
Yeah. Well, okay. So a new study by Compare the Market analyzed vehicle theft patterns across all 50 states. The study used data from the National Insurance Crime Bureau Vehicles Theft Data Report. So they got a couple of different things here. Georgia ranks 31st nationally in vehicle thefts. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Georgia recorded 197 motor vehicle thefts per 100,000 residents, according to the analysis also. Now we get to the fun part.
Okay.
The most frequently stolen car in Georgia. Drum roll, please. Ford pickup trucks.
What?
Ford pickup trucks.
That's
0%
that's
chance.
so
I
random.
would have picked that. Yeah.
That is by far the most random car ever.
I'd have been here all day, especially because those guys look like they probably got a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kias and it's not close with somebody else's.
If this doesn't show how country Georgia is, Brian, I don't know what else is. All right, next up is the Dodge Charger. And then third comes the Chevrolet pickup trucks also. So pickup trucks got 2 in the
That's
top
crazy.
3 in Georgia.
Where they getting stolen at? In like Thomasville or like South Georgia? Ain't nobody stealing
Like
them in
Macon.
Yeah, ain't nobody stealing them in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. So naturally, the most stolen vehicles in the U.S. overall are Chevy pickup trucks, Ford pickup trucks, and Honda sedans. But you know us, we don't do sedans out here. We do Hellcats.
That
Yeah.
is so funny. I bet, because
Ford?
you said the state of Georgia, I bet
Yep.
like the pickup trucks is the problem literally everywhere that's not Atlanta.
Yes.
And then Atlanta is all Chargers.
All Chargers.
That's like where
All
it came
Chargers,
from.
bro. I can see, yes, bro. Ford? Y'all stealing Fords?
Fords is crazy, bro.
Alto Keys, you're saying new Kia's got those tire locks. The owner's keys isn't near the car. Wasn't it
really?
Kia and Honda that was having that problem?
They was having
Yeah,
people was stealing
When they were
parts.
stealing, yeah.
They was going into people's cars and stealing parts, like
Oh.
not necessarily just stealing
Yeah.
the car.
Oh,
in
I meant the
general.
whole car.
Yeah.
Remember when those cars? Because there was like some kind of like hack people
Yeah,
figured
they
out
did
you
have
could
a hack
do.
at
I
one
remember
point
that.
too.
Oh, it was like
But
a
they
big
was stealing
deal.
car parts. They was stealing people's catalytic converters, things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But they got kill switches on a lot of these Hellcats and Chargers and stuff now on the
Right.
cars. They got kill switches.
Really?
Yeah, they got kill switches and all kinds of stuff like anti-locks and all kinds
That
of
means
stuff.
like I'm driving away and you can choo choo
kill switch my,
choo.
kill switch my car. Yeah.
Boy, that's crazy. Boy, the streets need that in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, they got it now.
That's crazy. Speaking of crazy, there are a lot of new bills floating through our legislature right now that could become laws.
Yep. So the Georgia General Assembly, I told you all about it previously. This is where a whole bunch of Georgia lawmakers come together and sit down and talk about the new bills that could possibly become a law. So these are all bills that I'm going to be mentioning, but they're not necessarily laws yet. These are what they are proposing in front of the General Assembly. So number 1, we got Senate Bill 415. This bill is basically my fault. I'm looking at it.
This looks like it would prohibit the production, sale, trade, distribution, or offering for sale of lab-grown meat for human consumption in Georgia.
Yeah, that's the lab grown meat. That's the wrong picture right there, Will. Yeah, we got that in the wrong picture because that's next up.
This is middle of the show. Middle of the
My
show.
fault. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
my
this is
fault.
middle
My
of the
fault.
show.
I'm sorry. But
Crazy.
yeah. So that, so yeah, that bill is basically saying that they're just saying lab grown meats. They're not trying to allow that to actually be a thing in Georgia. I didn't even know at one point in time that lab grown meats existed.
Yeah, I didn't know we were growing meats in labs.
Yeah.
I thought you can just have lab. I thought you just they never knew that. Never knew we had lab grown meat. I do know that we need to stop putting them GMOs in them chicken wings. Everybody's always complaining about like the small chicken wings.
Yeah.
bro. Them big old quadtuple chicken wings that we all be eating. Them ain't real chicken wings. Them probably them lab grown chicken wings. Y'all need to stop messing with chicken.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that do you think, actually, I'll ask, if lab grown meat would be more expensive or less expensive?
If it's lab grown, that means everything lab grown is cheaper.
Right.
Lab grown diamonds, lab grown everything is always cheaper.
I would think that they would be a lot cheaper. I think that they're trying to give poor people, AKA most of us, like I'm saying like the 99%. When I say that, I mean like the 1%, the richest of the rich, which none of us,
true.
apply to any of us.
True.
I think they're trying to give us an option that's not real meat, that's affordable, and basically just keeps all the real meat for themselves.
Yeah.
So you'll see like potentially real meat prices going way up so that the people who can afford it can get it. And it's like, oh, you guys got the lab grown stuff. This is fine.
It depends on how that lab grown meat tastes. You dig what I'm saying? Like
That's
if it's more delicious than the regular chicken, I might transfer over to lab grown, bro.
Even though it's like literally
look.
fake food.
What if they already seasoned the lab grown chicken when you get it, bro? It's pre-seasoned lab grown chicken. That's gonna change the game. That's
would
gonna
be
change the
crazy.
game.
That would be crazy.
Pre-seasoned lab grown chicken would change the game, bro. White people across America, y'all can actually eat y'all food and it be delicious. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's already seasoned.
They already have versions of meat that are seasoned in the store that you can buy.
You missing my point. I'm talking about injected in the meat.
Oh, injected in the meat.
Come on now.
That's why Alto Keys said the food's getting BBLs now.
Exactly.
Listen,
So
That booty meat.
a couple of stats on the lab grown meat. It is available, but it's extremely limited in certain areas. A couple of the companies that are selling lab grown meat right now currently is Upside Foods. They are primarily they're approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the USDA, and they produce cell cultivated chicken in the United States. They sometimes operate in San Francisco. They give this chicken to bars in San Francisco. They have multiple different people that they are selling this chicken to. So you just got to be careful. Read up nowadays. Read up on where your chicken is coming from. Another company is Good Meat. Good Meat is a division of Eat Just. Also received USDA approval for its cultivated chicken product to enter the interstate commerce in the U.S. Yes.
so this would make lab-grown meat illegal to produce or sell for people to eat in Georgia. It includes products even partially made from cultured animal cells, and they did not say anything about public health incidents or economic impact or anything, yet. So, again, this is a bill. They're just talking about this right now. But you really think that it's good to eat? Is it vegan?
I don't.
If you grow it in a lab.
Hey, that's a good point. And why do y'all keep messing with the chickens? There's so much meat out there. Pause. Like y'all can easily go to other meats. Pause. That was wild.
Pause is crazy. You don't need to pause.
That was wild.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
It says lab-grown meat is not vegan. Meat is generally not considered vegan by strict definitions. So they have real strict definitions on what veganism is, but they're not necessarily. The reason why they even came up with lab-grown meat is to stop the heinous things that farmers and other companies do to animals. That's why they started pushing this narrative of eating lab-grown meat.
I will say that some of these farmers do some horrifying things to these chickens and cows.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
if you go down some documentary rabbit holes on food, you'd be horrified.
Very much so.
But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like the solution would be to make sure farmers treated the animals, well, and not like have them all stockpiled, standing in their own poo, disease, and all the other kind of horrors that, you hear about happening. Banning that instead of saying, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just make completely fake meat. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
leave the chickens alone.
So would y'all, if the bill was introduced to y'all, would y'all vote on passing it. No lab grown meat at all.
Oh, totally. Yeah. No lab grown meat.
Yeah.
Give us real food. The real food will nourish your body. It will give you energy. It will help you stay healthy. This fake food they got is making us sick. Y'all don't hear me
Well-
when I keep saying this, but they're growing food in labs now. Is that like natural?
Wait a
God
minute.
did not put us here to grow food in labs.
Wait a minute. What if they start putting all the nutrition inside of the lab grown food? You dig what I'm saying? Like, what if all one piece of chicken has all the nutrition in that one bite?
They'd probably make it like $1,000. That would not be the poor people version.
I'm just saying.
That would not be the our
just
version.
Just throwing an idea out there. You know,
All right.
you don't have to crap on
Pick
my
it up and
idea.
put it down.
Thanks.
Okay. No,
No,
it's a good idea.
You were putting down what I was
It's
what
a-
I was picking up. That's what you was doing.
It's a good idea.
So another bill that they introduced in the Georgia General Assembly is House Bill 1013. And this bill would amend Title 50 of the official code of Georgia annotated, which governs state symbols. So they're basically trying to make lemon pepper wings the official state symbol of Georgia.
No, the official chicken wing flavor.
The official chicken wing flavor of Georgia.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
and
gosh.
and that's a bill I can get behind.
Well, pull out the chicken wings.
yeah, that's
Can you pull up the chicken wing?
That's the bill I can get behind. I can get behind that bill right there. Lemon pepper should have been the staple chicken wing flavor here in Atlanta.
What was it before? I got questions.
I don't even think we had one.
What is this?
Yeah.
What are the rest of our state symbols, such as state fruit and crops? Okay, that would be the good thing to guess. What do you think our state symbols are? I just don't know the topics. If it was a state fruit, it's a peach. It's got to be a peach.
It is.
No
The
way,
peach
it's not a
for
peach.
sure. The peach for sure.
I don't know anything else. Like, do you know our state bird?
Nah, I don't know our state anything.
Our
dog.
state. So now it's just gonna be we got a state chicken wing flavor.
Which is lemon pepper, and I'm with it. Yes, let's go. Let's go.
That's smart. Yeah, no, for sure.
Let's go.
So-
Lemon pepper.
So currently, our state birds and fruits are the brown thrasher, the largemouth bass. We got honeybees. We got pecans, and then we also have the peach. But the peach is also in Florida too.
yeah.
So yeah,
So this is just adding lemon pepper to
lemon
the
pepper
official
wings
state
to it also.
arsenal. All right, good for Georgia.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Finally did
Y'all
something
don't
right.
have anything better to do right now than to designate lemon pepper chicken wings as a state symbol. We got bigger problems in Georgia, so the fact that they're wasting any time on this is honestly kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like a hater because I agree with them. Hey, congratulations. Y'all did it. Y'all made something right. Y'all did something. Now Make American Deli the official chicken wing spot to eat at in Georgia.
American Deli.
You like that,
I
right?
like how you plug that in there. I like how you plug that in there. But go ahead.
Guys are saying Buffalo's best. Lemon pepper is whack.
Lemon pepper's whack.
So says the comments. Hot honey is better than lemon pepper. Actually, I would agree with that.
What?
Hot honey, boy, if you mix barbecue sauce with some hot sauce, whoo, maybe like a gold sauce.
Hot lemon pepper. I mean, yeah, hot lemon pepper sprinkle is the best chicken wing out there.
Hot lemon pepper?
Hot lemon pepper sprinkle is the best chicken wing out there.
I don't know. I don't like the zestiness that
Some
that
of them are
lemon
too
pepper
lemony.
has. Yeah, sometimes it's too sour, and I have to pucker my cheeks and stuff. Pause.
You gotta pucker your
Whoa.
cheeks.
Pause.
Hey, that's
Dang, that was
crazy. Hey, that's crazy.
crazy.
You gotta pucker your
You got-
cheeks.
You do that when you eat?
Why don't we move on?
But
I'm definitely clipping
but barbecue, hey. But barbecue is the superior wing, bro. You can't tell me differently. Somebody said lemon
agree.
pucker. Lemon pucker is crazy.
Lemon wangs. All right.
And so yeah, but they're also in the General Assembly focusing on bills like I said, the tax exemptions for data centers and things like that. But
Yep.
they also have weird things like House Bill 809 that they proposed. This bill proposes a minimum speed of 50 miles per hour on Georgia highways with a posted speed limit of 65 miles per hour.
Million,
This is
that's
for
for you. Me and Lana on the same page. This was for you, bro.
Oh man, I don't know. The mile per hour minimum applies only to highways posted at 65 miles per hour or above. So if it says 50, they're not trying to touch those.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of our state highways say 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's
minimum.
That's like the bare exactly. It's the bare minimum you should be going.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
Go
are you
faster.
on the highway driving less than 65 miles anyway? I mean, I know there's some spots that say 55, but you could still hit 65
It's only
at that
10
point.
over.
You know what I mean? Like, you'll be all right. Yeah, otherwise, you could just take the streetway. Why are you on the highway? You don't need to get there in a rush. You know what I mean? If you had nowhere to be, go the streetway.
Well, I'm defending myself. And I'm saying because when you take the streets, you're using more gas because you're constantly pushing the gas pedal when it's like a green light. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
saving gas by
Okay.
driving slow on the highway.
Okay.
You sound stupid. You sound dumb. You sound dumb, man.
The bill also reinforces Georgia's keep right except to pass rule on multi-lane highways, which is to say, don't get all the way over in the fast lane and sit there going slowly. The people who do that truly need to go to jail because
Yeah,
you
bruh.
don't get like what the vibe is here, and you can literally cause accidents like that.
100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Also, the people that drive in the left lane and then they have to get to their exit and they're already over in the left lane and they have to get all the way over to the right to get to the exit. Bruh, know where y'all going, bruh. Know where y'all going. Because I got a homeboy that drive like that. I ain't going to call him out, Jeremy, but you know what I'm saying? Homeboy, just like that. He drive like that.
All right. So the next House bill that they mentioned, they introduced to the General Assembly House Bill 946. This authorizes the trapping of feral hogs without a hunting or trapping license, provided that hogs are killed upon capture. This one seems random, but there's studies that say that hogs are causing a lot of damage to farmland. They could rack up to around $150 million per year for farmers in Georgia.
Hold on. And does it also let people use drones now to find feral hogs?
Yeah, because so how it works is there's a bill currently that says that if you do capture a hog, you have certain ways of how you have to kill it, or you have to either let it go or you have to kill it as soon as you get it. But they're saying, okay, so can we possibly use drones and catch these people? It's just a whole bunch of things that I only brought this up because it's like a whole bunch of things that people don't understand that's going on behind the scenes when it does come to the General Assembly. People are wasting their time on stuff like this.
What? Killing hogs?
Killing hogs, dog.
Oh.
Well, actually, I was going to
mean-
ask, like, is there a feral hog problem
That's what I was about to say.
in Georgia? Somebody
Yeah.
look this up.
It's
yeah,
not a
I
problem
said
to us.
they cause
We're not
up to
Atlanta.
$150 million per year, but like just pay attention to what your local law members are putting out there. But
This is not a-
Feral hogs
feral hogs
are really just terrorizing
Have you
this
ne-
state?
Have you ever seen a feral hog?
I've never seen a feral
Oh,
hog
bro,
in my life.
Oh, bro, they can get about as big as this table. They're huge. Yeah,
Where are they?
Feral hogs
just
are
like in the South?
in the South. Yeah, feral hogs can grow to be ginormous, and yeah, they are a nuisance. They are a nuisance, bro. A very much so nuisance. There was a documentary on people that go and they sit in these helicopters and they just like shoot at feral hogs all day. Yeah, feral hogs are like a nuisance, like a super nuisance.
yeah.
Oh, I have so many questions.
Because all they do is hump all day, and then they make a ton of babies.
So, okay, I've gone hiking in like the northern part of the state.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen a feral hog.
I don't think they're in the northern part. I think they're in like the south.
They're like legit and they
Like,
just
in the
roam.
country, yeah, like Macon and like Barnesville and like places like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, feral hogs, man. Feral hogs they're not good for the economy. Like in your local economy, they're terrible for it.
Because they destroy all the agriculture out
They
there and whatnot,
destroy
right?
everything.
What do they do? Like, are they like
So-
cars or like, what are they doing?
So I saw the documentary I watched, and I don't know if this is fully true or not.
Okay.
Because the guys that was doing the documentary were like all up in the air with it.
Okay.
So they say that feral hogs are pigs, and they evolved into hogs. That's what the dudes.
Wait a minute,
Yes.
wait a minute.
That's what the dudes on the documentary say. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, once they go out, bro, they just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. But they eat all of your crops though.
Yeah.
Like they don't just like eat regular. They eat everything, and they don't stop eating. Feral hogs can get huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. What you're saying, just to, kind of get some verification here, feral hogs are wild pigs
Oh,
descended
okay.
from escaped domestic pigs or wild boar that live freely and reproduce rapidly. cause major damage by tearing up the land, destroying crops, spreading disease, and disrupting native wildlife. I just didn't know we had hogs here like that.
Yeah.
Y'all have hogs and we have rats. Less than none upstate. At least y'all see the pigs coming. Oof. That's true. You would see the pig coming, to your point.
Shoot, y'all rats is about as big as our pigs.
Are you in New York?
Yeah, it got to be in New York if you're talking about rats. Y'all rats probably big as our pigs.
What do you think would be the worst just pest problem to have? These hogs, the rats, cockroaches. Like, what do you think would be the worst? Like, oh my God, my community has this. Because sometimes it's like cats, where there's just cats everywhere because they also reproduce. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of adorable. It's fine.
I think I want to say like mice or rats or whatever, but also cockroaches are horrible.
Cockroaches are horrifying.
You know what I mean? Ants.
Or
you know
spiders.
What? You know what? Screw it. Ants.
Really?
Ants. And you ever had ants in your house?
Oh, I've had ants in
Bro,
my house. We used to get it a lot as a kid because they just come in.
Bro, ants
Yeah.
are the worst, dog. Yeah, I would not want to have ants. Yeah. Ants are the worst.
A rat is scarier because they're big and there's a lot of them. I can't do rats, bro. If I see a rat, I'm going to freak out. Bro.
Okay.
I'm going to freak out. Cockroaches, you know, the trick with cockroaches, because you know you can't just smash them sometimes. They just really fast. Instead of chasing them down, you just spray them with bleach.
I don't smash bugs in my house. I literally find a cleaner and I just spray, until follow it around and
Oh,
spray.
y'all got bugs in your house.
No,
All
I don't got them.
The
All right,
rare
bet,
times
bet,
I've seen
bet.
a
Y'all
bug.
heard they house dirty, y'all. Now.
Okay.
I had them when I was a kid.
Okay. All right.
We have a pizza rat that they keep giving it slices of pizza to.
Nah,
Yeah, y'all are wild for that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
that's outrageous.
But sorry.
Oh, yeah. But needless to say, like I said, I keep harping on it. Please be aware of what your lawmakers are doing. This is why it's so important to vote locally, because they actually are making things change and they're wasting their time on chicken wings. I'm sorry. They're wasting some of their time on chicken wings.
Man, it's not a
That's
bat.
I totally agree. Y'all got a lot of stuff that you could do. Although Georgia's finances are in a good place, so I really don't want to give them too much heat because we're always in like a surplus. We're not like in debt. Governor Kemp is running a tight ship around here, so I really, y'all can talk about chicken wings every once in a while, I guess.
For sure.
Speaking of food, though, would you want to take your date to Waffle House for Valentine's Day?
Huh?
Are you asking us?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, look, if you could have a fine table set up such as that, you go to the local Waffle House. If you guys are in the stream, you don't know what Waffle House is, maybe you're not from Georgia, they're absolutely everywhere. It's basically a diner. It's a chain diner. They're known for cheap food, although it's gotten a little expensive lately, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
It's really disrespectful. But, the chefs and the staff, great people, might get into a fight. They may or may not have just gotten out of prison. You don't question it. You don't care about the hygiene. It's just food. You eat it. It's open late. It's great. And they have a Valentine's Day dinner, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. So Waffle House offers a special Valentine's Day evening dining experience at select location. The tradition selects locations. The tradition began in 2008 at Johns Creek, Georgia location, and the concept expanded after a local manager noticed a surge in couples dining on Valentine's Day.
Aww.
I wouldn't mind taking my girl to.
Would your
wait.
your girl mind you taking her to
Period.
Waffle House?
My girl be cool with it though, bro.
Really?
Yeah, y'all don't know my girl. She'll be cool with it.
She would be, get her on the phone.
I think. Well, I'll call her. After
She
this.
needs help.
I call her.
She needs help. She doesn't want to tell you. She doesn't want to go to no Waffle House.
I mean, ain't no wrong with Waffle House. Listen, you turn the Waffle House into a Waffle Home as soon as you walk in. You dig what I'm saying?
I don't want to agree with you. But to your
it's about
point,
what you make it. It's about what you make it.
to your point, they do transform the diner with white tablecloths, candles, dim lighting, decorations, and curated music. And it's the only night of the year, actually, that some Waffle House locations will make you have a reservation to show up.
Yeah.
See, they trying to be bougie.
They're trying to make it bougie.
They trying to be bougie, and I respect it. You got to come dressed up. You know what I mean? Your hash browns probably gonna be super, super good that night. And this might be the time to order a steak at Waffle House.
Woo.
I would
This
not
might be
let
the time.
anybody on this panel sit here and tell you to take your girl to Waffle House on Valentine's Day. Let me just save you right now. It's a terrible idea.
No, it's not.
Unless you just literally like have a thing for Waffle House or like this is our spot. We just love Waffle House and she genuinely would enjoy it. That's one thing. It's another thing to be like, babe, I got an idea. Waffle House is doing something. Nah.
Listen, man.
Nah.
Don't listen to Lana. If you ain't got the funds, go to Waffle House. Even if you got the funds, it's all about, Lana, hold on. It's all about what you make it. If you and your girl have that relationship, go to Waffle House, bro. Waffle House it's not about the place where you go. It's about the time that is spent. And that's something some people don't know.
First of all, it's not about many because you could make a nice Valentine's Day dining establishment at home. I'm not saying you got to take her out to somewhere crazy and be bougie. You could do something cute and adorable at home. So how about that?
How about you do something for your man? How about y'all do something for y'all mans for once? How about that? How about that? How about instead of us trying to figure out what we gonna take y'all, how about y'all do something for us?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Got him.
Have you already started planning for Valentine's Day?
No, dude, I'm planning for a wedding. I'm not planning for Valentine's Day.
yeah.
That is
You
the
got it,
Valentine's
you got
Day.
When do you usually start though? I'm trying to learn. This is my first year.
When do I usually start?
This is my first year, first year doing Valentine's for real.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some advice. Take it from me. Don't go all out because you're setting yourself up for failure, brother. All right, take it slow. Take it slow. Ease into the Valentine's Day. First year, do something mediocre. Second year, heighten it up. Third year, heighten it up. If you top it here on the first year, wrap.
Ooh.
I want to disagree with you so bad, but you're so right. I don't want to say mediocre, but at the same time, if you just met somebody and it's your first time, really being together, unless you literally met them like February 16th, the year before you've been together a full year, that first Valentine's Day, yes, if you set the bar really high, the next Valentine's Day is got to be on the same level or more, because then she's gonna be like, what happened? You don't love me anymore. Yeah, that's good advice. Mediocre is crazy though.
All right.
Don't be mediocre. Be cute. What's the cutest thing you guys have ever given we gotta go, but like what's the best thing you've ever done for Valentine's Day?
Nothing.
Dang.
I don't do Valentine's Day.
Are you serious?
Nah, I do, but I ain't gonna say it online.
He doesn't want us to flame him.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. That does it for us, but we will see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.